2, he's being escorted this evening by Randolph Jones Sr., J.J. Jackson, and his brother Randolph Jones Jr. He's played 4 years in the in the program and 2 years on the varsity.
Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable.
Next is Jabari Davis, number 5, being escorted by his mother Rosemary Gray, stepdad Dwayne Gray, and brothers Xavier, Tyler, and Christopher. He's been in the Dublin football program for 4 years and the last 2 years on the varsity.
Photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and days.
Our next player is Anthony Egbujar, number 6, being escorted by his father Michael, mother Mercy, older brother Kingsley, and his younger brother Maxwell. He's been in the Dublin football program for 3 years and all 3 years on the varsity. Next is Casey Thompson, number 8, being escorted by his mother Monique and his father Jay. He's been in the Dublin football program for 4 years and the last 2 years on the varsity.
It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right.
Our next senior is number 12, Ed Otzinger. He's being escorted this evening by his father Ed, mom Lori, and his sister Brittany. He's been in the program for 4 years, starting quarterback on the JV team, freshman year, and starting quarterback the next 3 years on varsity. Our next senior, number 18, Vince Thomas, being escorted by his dad Thomas and his brother Chris. He's been 4 years in the football program and his last year on the varsity.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist.
Our next senior, number 19, Will Orozco.
So make the best.
Will is being escorted this evening by his mother Lisa Gonzalez,
It's not a
sister Jacqueline, and his brother Alex. He's been in the football program at Dublin High for 3 years and his last 2 years on the varsity team.
you at the time of your life.
Our next senior, number 20, Major Stelly. Major is being escorted this evening by his mother, Rochelle Moore. He's been in the Dublin football program for 4 years and his last 2 years on the varsity.
Tattoos and memories and asking on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end.
Our next senior, number 23, Jeff Leong. Jeff is being escorted this evening by his mom, Cindy, his sister, Julia, and his brother, Jason. Jeff has been in the football program for 4 years with the last 2 years on the varsity. Our next senior is number 25, Devin Trujillo. Devin is being escorted on the field this evening by his dad, Gerald, mom, Michelle, sister, TT, brother, Kai, Grandpa Randy, Grandma Janet, Coach Kenny Grant and family, Uncle Craig, Aunt Karen, Slater, and brother Tomas. He's been 4 years in the Dublin program, 7 years for the Dublin Falcon Youth Football, and the last 2 years on the varsity. Our next senior is number 27, Nate Shaw. Nate is being escorted this evening by his father, Tracy, mother, Elaine, and brother, John. He's been 1 year in the Dublin football program, and that was on the varsity.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go.
Our next senior is number 35, Javance Rosby, being escorted by Nicole Smith, Inlo, and Erica. He spent 2 years on the in the football program and 1 year on varsity. Our next senior is number 42, Austin J. Ogden. Austin's being escorted this evening by his father Jerry, his mother Dana, and his sister Liliana. He spent 2 years in the Dublin football program and 1 year on the varsity. Our next senior, number 44, Zach Tucker. Zach is being escorted by his father Perry, mother Tricia, brother Joe, his sister-in-law Lee, cousin Josh, and brother Jake. 4 years in the Dublin football program and 2 years as a starter as inside linebacker. Our next senior, number 50, Nick Whitley. Nick is being escorted this evening by his mother Karen and his brother Tristan. He has spent 1 year in the Dublin football program on varsity. Our next senior, number 52, PJ Everett. PJ is being escorted this evening by his father Paul Everett, mother Diana, and sister Katie. He spent 4 years in the Dublin football program and the last 2 years on the varsity.
Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why.
Our next senior is number 54, Vincent O'Brien. Vincent's being escorted this evening by his father Sean, mother Anna, and brother Anthony. He spent 3 years in the Dublin program and 1 year on varsity. Our next senior is number 56, Tyler Gullub, being escorted by his mother Linda Crasties, brother Jason, and best friend Marlana Pearson. He spent 4 years in the Dublin football program and 3 years on varsity.
Something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time.
Our next senior, number 57, Clint Jackman. Being escorted by his mom Sherry, father Brad, brother Clark, and sister Colin. Callan, thank you. He spent 4 years in the football program and 3 years on the varsity. Our next senior, number 58, Nick Perry, is being escorted by his father Thomas. Nick has spent 2 years in the football program, 1 year on varsity. Our next senior, number 65, Miguel Zimmerman. Miguel is being escorted by his mother Marcy, his father Michael. Spent 4 years in the Dublin football program, 2 on varsity.
It's not a question, but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right.
Our next senior, number 72, Jacob Pridham. He's being escorted by his father Randy, mom Sheila, and sister Mary. Spent 4 years on the Dublin High football program, 2 on varsity.
So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good.
Our next senior, number 75, Paulo Cordero, being escorted this evening by his mother Victoria. 4 years in the Dublin football program, 2 years on varsity.
It's something unpredictable, but in the end.
Our next senior, number 79, Sean Smith, being escorted by his mother, Sherry, dad, John, stepmom, Tiffany Smith, and stepsister, Caitlin White. 4 years in the Dublin High football program, 2 years on varsity. And our final senior this evening, number 85, Alexander Marshall, being escorted by his mother and father, Roger and Barbara, 2 years on the in the high school program and 2 years on varsity. Let's give a big round of applause for all our seniors.